Laura, you're.
Yes. So I'd like to call to order the governance committee meeting of the Alliance and call for a roll call. Present.
We got Laura, Alan, Rich.
Alan is here, he's just out
Present.
in his car. Okay, so Cassidy's the only one.
She's the only one.
All right, so we have a quorum.
We do have a quorum, yep. Yes, we do have a quorum. Only Mike Cassidy.
Right. Yep.
He's not here. He's probably walking.
Okay. So with a quorum, I guess we can go ahead and review the minutes from the November meeting.
Yeah, hey,
And does anybody have any comments, questions, changes they need in those minutes? If not, I guess I'll call for a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then some housekeeping items. Tom, I'm guessing you might tag in on some
Yeah,
of these.
that'd be great. Thanks very much, Chair. Staff has put together the, let me just backtrack. This, on page 3 of your package, there's an authority mission statement, performance measures. This is something that's done every year. Much of what you see on the first 2 pages is stuff that's been there for a while. It's our mission, it's goals, and the goals come directly from the study that was done, that launched the Alliance, the study that was done by Camoin.
Yes.
I think Kevin will talk about that a little bit later in the main meeting. But the thing that the staff does is the results on the back page. And what happens with this is ultimately submitted to the ABO and then posted on our website. And it's one of the items by the end of March that has to be submitted to the authority budget office. So with that, staff want to talk at all about the results at all or anything, or that you put together, but that's it's sort of a 30,000 foot view of some of the accomplishments. So
We're gonna be talking about that a little bit later in the full meeting.
So what the governance committee would do is just say, this is recommended to the board for consideration for approval. And that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so if we could get a first and a second at the committee level, and then the committee would send it up to the board. And there's a resolution at the board level that would then approve this.
I'll move.
Second.
Is that Rich or Mike? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great. So that's a positive recommendation moving this forward.
And we need to, we fill this out, right?
Yeah, so the next couple things. Sarah, how are we doing on training? This is the ABO board member training status confirmation. And I'll talk for a second. Everybody has to go to ABO training, supposed to be within 1 year. That's what the statute provides of your appointment. So if you haven't done that, please get that done. And Sarah tracks it. So when you do it, send your certificate into Sarah and she keeps the record. That is also a report each year that we have to provide to the authority budget office as part of our annual report to basically check a box that says, yes, you have gone to the training as required. There's no requirement to do it again. The ABO recommends as a best practice that you do it every 3 years, but the legal requirement is to do it within 1 year of appointment. So, and I think many of you, I haven't checked with Sarah in a while, but I think we have everybody who's done it. So, but if you haven't, you know that, get it done. And you just go to the ABO website and you can sign up. Yeah.
I missed the part. You have to do it a second time?
No.
Okay.
You don't have to. The recommendation from a best practices perspective is every 3 years. So the legal requirement is once within a year of being appointed.
Now, if I do it for the Alliance, I have to also do it for ACBDC or no?
No, it's the same. It is the same training. It used to be a full day affair. They've got it down to maybe 2.5 hours. I've done it maybe 3 or 4 years ago, so I don't know if you've done it more recently. They continue to sort of make it more concise. And then the board forms, Rich was talking about, they're on page 6 of your package. that is something, again, that we collect. They're confidential, so when you give them to Sarah, I would have her collect them. Just make sure you get credit for turning it in, but you don't have to put your name on it or anything. And then she collates or tabulates these, and eventually this will come back to the board with the total numbers in each box on these particular questions for the board member. And this is also reported. I would just note for the board members, people look at this, so, think as you go through this. The questions sometimes can be nebulous or a little nuanced, but I would say, if you think you're gonna somewhat disagree or disagree, that's probably something you should talk to the board chair about, because beyond just answering this, that means you have some issue with the board, and it should be an opportunity for the board chair to address and fix if that exists. So that's it. And that goes to Sarah. Okay.
And I think, Tom, don't we in turn then send it to Laura?
Eventually Laura will bring this back when they're all collected,
Right.
and it will be presented to the board. Laura will show it and we'll discuss it. And particularly if there are issues here, then that's an opportunity for the board to address. That's all I have, Laura. I'm
Okay.
free.
Yeah,
Laura, if you may, just one last thing on this, Tom has been great keeping us on track here. The thing, and just yesterday, we received a report from the ABO, and they single out entities who have not been in full compliance, and we are not among those. But this year in the, I think it was in the state of the state, or the budget, governor's budget, they've increased funding for ABO. They're going to develop a new software system for Paris, which is a little bit clunky and awkward, but that's probably going to take some time to get through. So, all this stuff that you go through with Tom that can seem sometimes a little tedious is important. It keeps us on track. So, thank you, Tom.
if nothing else, anyone have anything for, I guess I would call for a motion to adjourn.
Make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.
Well, I'm very pleased to welcome you to Bonnie.